Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com tonight. It's the opening round of the 4A state tournament as the Fort Morgan Mustangs take on the Thomas Jefferson Spartans. I'm John Beltran here live from Thomas Jefferson High School in this opening round 4A state tournament game. The Mustangs, 8th out of the Tri-Valley, 6-17 during the season. Thomas Jefferson, 5th in the Denver Prep, 12-11 during the regular season. This will certainly be a big test for Fort Morgan, considering that they're on the road. They're the lower seed. They're the 41st seed. Thomas Jefferson is the number 24 seed. And Thomas Jefferson played in a very good league, as did Fort Morgan. Mustangs go with their normal starters, senior Whitney Frasco, along with junior Allie Christensen, junior Lauren Keller, senior Maddie Griffith. And also in the starting lineup, Kelsey Klaus, coming off a 16-rebound game and a 12-point loss to Thomas Jefferson. Now for Thomas Jefferson. They've got a couple of dominant seniors.
Number 23, Jalen Jackson.
And Cario Clark. And Deja Robbins. They're averaging together 36 points a game. Out there with Jalen Jackson, Vasi, Anna Diotis, and Grace Stelzer. The opening tip tonight is brought to you by Ingmar Phillips Insurance. Things happen in life. Make sure you're prepared with the right insurance coverage. That's Ingmar Phillips Insurance in Brush and Fort Morgan. The Mustangs dressed in their road is in their home whites. A little bit of a snowy night in Denver. Yeah, the Mustangs just got to stay in this game as long as possible. I mean, that's got to be the goal at this point, considering the quality of the opponent they're playing. Cario Clark, the jump center for Thomas Jefferson. And for the Mustangs, Kelsey Klaus. It's controlled by Thomas Jefferson. On the outside right is Stelzer in the corner. Back out to Deja Robbins. Now to Stelzer. In the right corner, wide open. The three is an air ball. That's thrown up over there. And Lauren Keller has it for Fort Morgan, off the miss from Deja Robbins. Keller into the front court across the timeline. Keller swings it on the high left over there for Griffith. Back to Keller. Keller at the top picks up her dribble. Keller looking, still looking. She's got to get rid of it. She's going to get called for 5 seconds, and there's the violation. Mustangs commit their first turnover. Again, they've got to limit these turnovers in order to be successful. That's always the case, but especially in a playoff game. With a basketball, Andy Harris. Back out on the high right here is Jackson. Jackson to Stelzer, now to Anna Diotis on the free throw line here. It's into the lane all the way off the glass, and that one's tipped and missed, I should say, excuse me. And the rebound and putback is missed over there, and it's loose on the floor on the right baseline, and it's out of bounds. It's off of Clark. Well, the teams are off to a slow start, as am I. All right, Fort Morgan basketball. 1 minute into the game, no score. And the Mustangs come the other way. On the outside left is Lauren Keller. Keller swings it near the left corner. Here's Frasco. Frasco against Anna Diotis. Now to Klaus. Klaus lobs it down low. Christensen, left baseline shot is no good. And the ball is rebounded. Put back is up and in by Maddie Griffith. Griffith scores on the right baseline. Mustangs with a 2-0 lead. And there's a traveling violation. Anna Diotis. Both teams have committed one turnover here in the early going. Lauren Keller to throw it in for Fort Morgan in the backcourt to Griffith. 2-0 Fort Morgan. We have 6:34 to go in the opening quarter on that bucket from Maddie Griffith on the outside left to Keller. Keller guarded by Stelzer, dribbling towards the top, swings it right side to Griffith. Griffith dribbles by defender all the way as the shot blocked. Out of bounds by Clark. Yeah, you got to pump fake her. She's just too good. And it stays in possession of Fort Morgan. Griffith to throw it in. Griffith near the top. That's intercepted by Deja Robbins. Second turnover. Robbins with a 2-on-2. 15-foot pull-up is banked and missed. And Maddie Griffith has the Fort Morgan rebound. Griffith comes away with the basketball on the outside right. Dribbles by a defender. And then she carried the basketball. Turnover number 3 for the Mustangs. Now they've committed 3-1 for Thomas Jefferson. But the Mustangs do have the 2-0 lead here in the early going. Pressured in the backcourt is Jackson. Jackson across the timeline. Down low, the shot is up and missed off the bottom of the glass. Whitney Frasco grabs the rebound. It was missed by Clark. Frasco coming away with the basketball on the outlet to Griffith. Griffith on the outside left to Keller. 2-0 Fort Morgan. 5:49 to go in the opening quarter. On the high left, Christensen with the basketball with a crossover dribble at the top for Klaus. Klaus looking down low. Bounce pass free throw line to Keller. Pulls up 10-footer. Back rim. No good. Keller gets the rebound. Puts up a little 7-footer. No, but she's fouled. Lauren Keller to the line for Fort Morgan. Foul was committed by Grace Stelzer. And the junior Keller to shoot 2. We're past the top of the hour. This is Morgan County's B106 KPRB. Brush Fort Morgan. And the out. That was an issue for the Mustangs in one of their more recent games. Actually against Roosevelt. They lost it by 12. Didn't shoot well for the line. Second free throw is no good. And the rebound into the hands of Deja Robbins, her second. Robbins on the outlet. Going to feed it to Jackson. Jackson crossing midcourt. Still 2-0 Fort Morgan. Left of the lane. Swings it back out to Anna Diota. Straight away to Stelzer in the right corner. Here's the 3 by Robbins. It's back rim, no good. And Whitney Frasco grabs the rebound again for Fort Morgan, her second rebound. There's the outlet to Griffith across the timeline. Back out to Frasco, now to Griffith. Griffith with 5:12 to go first quarter. Fort Morgan still with a 2-0 lead. Griffith dribbles right of the lane all the way. Off the glass and in! Maddie Griffith scores. And the Mustangs now lead 4-0. Boy, that's a great start for Fort Morgan. On the outside right, Stelzer against Christensen. It's a 3-2 defense by Fort Morgan. Here's Jackson into the lane, then lost control of the basketball, and it's taken away by Klaus. And Klaus, boy, she's going to be tied up there. Possession arrow goes to Fort Morgan, though. So Thomas Jefferson still yet to score here in the opening quarter. Down 4-0 with 4:39 to go. Mustangs with a 4-0 lead, but Griffith with a bad pass, tipped away, intercepted Jackson, lob down low into the lane. The shot is up and an offensive foul. Holy Mahungus. Deja Robbins ran right into a Mustang defender. That's turnover number 3 for Thomas Jefferson. Well, the Mustangs could not have hoped for a better start with this 4-0 lead. And here is Maddie Griffith across the timeline. Griffith met by Jackson. Jump pass to Klaus. Mustang still to cut down on the turnovers. Hands it off to Griffith. Bounce pass to Christensen. Defender in the air. Banks and scores. Alec Christensen, and now the Mustangs lead 6-0. 6-0 with 4:08 to go in the opening quarter. Stelzer on the outside left. Baseball pass. Cross court. Anna Diota's fouled by Kelsey Klaus. That'll be the first team foul. Nearly midway through the first quarter, the Mustangs lead 6-0. Buckets by Christensen and 2 by Griffith. There's the lob, and it's going to be tipped away, intercepted by Griffith. Griffith with nobody to beat all the way. Defender in the air. She banked and missed it all. She had an easy shot, and the rebound was pulled away over there by Carriel Clark. There's the 15-footer. That's missed off the back of the rim, but Clark has the rebound and a tie-up by Lauren Keller. Thomas Jefferson retains possession on the shot missed by Jalen Jackson. 3:50 to go in the opening quarter, and Fort Morgan's got a 6-0 lead. At the top for Jackson. Maddie Griffith will back off. Over to Stelzer. Stelzer at the free throw line, tipped away, but taken away there by Clark. And then Clark looked like she was fouled. Is it going to be 2 shots or on the floor? They've got to determine that. It's going to be 2 shots. She was fouled by Lauren Keller. That's her first. And to the line here is Clark for the Spartans, looking for their first point of the game, and that one is in and out. 3:41 to go in the first, and Fort Morgan still holding this 6-0 advantage. Second free throw by the senior is up, and that's back rim, no good. And the ball is chased down in the corner by both Klaus and that's Robbins over there. Possession arrow, Fort Morgan on the tie-up. I mean, this mirrors what happened in the boys' game on Friday night when Roosevelt couldn't hit a shot. But the boys took advantage. The Fort Morgan girls only have 6 points in the game, but they do have the lead. Maddie Griffith across the timeline has the ball stripped. Stripped beautifully there by Clark all the way. Here's a layup, and it's missed. And a defensive foul of Fort Morgan's 5th turnover. Anna Diotis to the line. Foul was committed over there by Whitney Frasco. But again, Fort Morgan, too many turnovers, 5 here in the early going. That free throw is back rimmed. Yeah, this is crazy here on their home court. Thomas Jefferson, with 3:23 remaining in the first, still looking for their first point. And that one is back rimmed, and the ball is tipped out of bounds. It's off Thomas Jefferson, Mustang basketball. Yeah, you got to wonder here what's happening to this TJ team. A 12-11 team going into the game, and 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, called by Mitch Elrick, the Mustang head coach, with a 6-0 Fort Morgan lead with 3:17 to go here in the first quarter. Allie Christensen with a bucket, Maddie Griffith with a couple of 2-pointers. That's where we stand. Fill up your cooler and gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins. Tremendous food as well at Stubbs Gas and Oil. We'll take a look at the 4A state tournament bracket coming up here momentarily. And here come the Mustangs the other way with Maddie Griffith. Overhead pass, free throw line to Christensen. Down low to Keller, all the way, has the shot blocked by Clark. And Clark has the basketball. Clark out of traffic. It's a 4-on-3, and Clark is... No, she carried the ball. Clark carried the ball. Turnover number 5. So Thomas Jefferson has as many turnovers as the Mustangs do. All right, here comes Maddie Griffith in the backcourt. Griffith with a right-handed dribble crosses over against Jackson. Free throw line for Christensen. Christensen hands it off to Griffith. Griffith backs up. Now to Christensen. Left wing 3 is well short. Rebound Frasco. 15-footer is no good. Rebound Griffith is fouled. I'm telling you, the Mustangs have new life. They're playing tremendous defense. That was one of the keys going into the game, and the foul is on Deja Robbins. That's her second. She's the leading scorer on this team. Here comes the free throw from Maddie Griffith, and that is up, and that one is short. Mustangs 0 out of 3 from the line. Second free throw upcoming, with Fort Morgan still leading by 6. That one's up, and that one is good. Maddie Griffith has 5 points, and the Mustangs lead 7-0. Pressure in the backcourt. Anna Diotis over to Clark. Crossing midcourt now to Stelzer on the high left. Stelzer with 2:39 to go. TJ still looking for their first points in the opening round of this 4A state tournament. In the left corner just into the game is Lauren Samasco. Cross-court pass to Jackson. Jackson on the high right. Now to Stelzer. A left wing 3 is back rimmed, and the putback is up, and that's missed by Clark, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. That's off Fort Morgan. But Clark is tough to contain down low, averaging 15.8 points a game. She's got to stand at about 6 foot. There's the inbound pass. Samasco back out to Anna Diotis. Now to Clark in the right corner. Samasco 3, and that's off the back of the rim, and she was fouled by Yeah, I mean, you want to defend a 3. You don't want to foul a 3-point shooter. Pelton with her first now. Thomas Jefferson is 0 out of 4 from the line. And Lauren Samasco will shoot 3. With 2:18 to go in the first quarter, the free throw is in. That's their first point of the game. And the Mustangs with only 6 wins on the season, but looking good so far. Second free throw is up, and that one is off to the right. Free throw number 3 is upcoming here for Lauren Simasco. And that one is up, and that one is off to the left. And the ball is loose. It's rebounded by Destiny Pelton on one hop. Pelton grabs her first rebound on the outlet to Griffith. Fort Morgan 7, Thomas Jefferson 1. On the outside left, Keller dribbles left baseline. Keller's cut off over there by Stelzer. Backs it out to Griffith. Griffith straight away against Jackson. Maddie Griffith on the high left to Keller. Keller while behind the three-point line. Keller dribbling to her right. Keller back out to Maddie Griffith. Griffith right in the lane with a basketball. Right corner, and Pelton walked. 6 turnover for the Mustangs. Numera Longo's in for Klaus. With Fort Morgan leading 7-1. Yeah, they've got to execute better offensively. They're not going to be able to hold this lead. They've got to get the offense going with 1:46 to go in the opening quarter. Jackson into the front court, and she traveled. Boy, that was great defense over there by Maddie Griffith. Now, that's the thing. Fort Morgan has struggled with turnovers this year, but if they force turnovers like they have, because Thomas Jefferson has 6, then it kind of counters any Fort Morgan mistakes. Griffith on the outside left to Christensen. Christensen back out to Griffith straight away in the right wing to Keller. Keller dribbles to her left into the paint. Back out. 13-footer straight away. Partially blocked. Taken to Marilongo. She banks and misses. And then the ball is taken by, it's taken away by Clark. Clark with her 4th rebound. Clark left to the lane all the way. Glass, she missed it. But the rebound is batted around, and it's still loose on the floor, and it's still loose. Pelton goes diving for the basketball, and we've got a tie-up, and it stays with Thomas Jefferson. TJ to throw it in, right next to the Mustang bench. And a Diotis to throw it in for Thomas Jefferson. With 1:14 to go. There's the lob down low for Clark. Dribbles, turns, hooks, and misses back rimmed, but Pelton knocks the ball out of bounds. She couldn't control it. And here comes Whitney Frasco into the game with the Mustangs, leading 7-1. With 1:09 to go in the opening quarter. 3/4 court to throw it in is Lauren Simasco. Back out to Stelzer. Grace Stelzer, the point guard, has it stripped there by Griffith. What a strip by Maddie Griffith. 7 turnover. Griffith into the paint, all the way off the back of the rim and missed it. And the ball's tipped out of bounds. That should stay with Fort Morgan. It does. With 58.2 seconds to go, Mustang basketball. Thomas Jefferson calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here under a minute to go in the first quarter. And the Mustangs still with a 6-point lead. Yeah, Thomas Jefferson's got to be shocked by this start on their home court. I'm sure they expected that with a seed that's much higher than Fort Morgan, that they would come out pretty strong. But that has not been the case here. And they've got to try to figure out the Mustangs, but the Mustangs will take it. Up 7-1, under a minute to go. Here in the first quarter from Thomas Jefferson High School in Denver. Full timeout was called by Thomas Jefferson. We'll reset the lineup for the Mustangs and for the Spartans. The Mustangs, Griffith, Frasco, Keller, Christensen, Numera, Longo. Now into the game, Jazz Wright, along with Simasco, Jackson, Clark, and Stelzer for Thomas Jefferson. Frasco to throw it in. Frasco looking, still looking. Lobs it down low, but it goes behind everybody, and it's retrieved by Keller near midcourt, and then she falls, and then the ball is picked up by Simasco all the way. Looked like she traveled, and she did. That's a traveling violation. Turnover number 8 for Thomas Jefferson. The Mustangs with their 7 turnover. Very bad first quarter when you look at this game. 15 combined turnovers and only 8 points. Griffith at the top. Now the 3 from Christensen. Good! Near the left corner. Allie Christensen scores. And the Mustangs lead 10-1. 33 seconds to go on the outside right. Now with the basketball. is Jalen Jackson. Back out to right in the corner. Here's Anna Diotis. Baseball pass cross court. Here is the 15-footer, and that's off to the left, and that's missed. Numero Longo has the Fort Morgan rebound and gets rid of it to Frasco. On the outlet now, Frasco trying to get rid of it, does to Maddie Griffith. Griffith along the baseline. It's a 4-on-3. Griffith lost the basketball. It's loose in the corner. It's not going to bounce. It's off Griffith. Her and Jackson went to the floor, both teams with 8 turnovers. 7.4 seconds to go. Yeah, this is a stunning start to this game. Jackson across the timeline, outside right to right, fakes the 3. Here's Samasco with 1, and then the quarter's going to end without a shot. We have played 8 minutes in the opening round of the 4A state tournament. It is Fort Morgan 10, Thomas Jefferson 1 on B106 and B106.com. In this opening round of the 4A state tournament, the Fort Morgan Mustangs have a 10-1 lead. Here as we head to the second quarter, Maddie Griffith pulls up 15-footer right baseline is no good, and the rebound to Cariel Clark here at Thomas Jefferson. There's a foul in the backcourt. You don't want to get into foul trouble, especially for some of your big players, and that is Maddie Griffith's first foul. And we'll set these lineups here again. With the basketballs, Jackson left corner for Anna Diotis. Back to Jackson on the high left. Lob down low for Samasco, and we've got a foul down low against Fort Morgan again. And that's going to be on Keller, her second. Yeah, that's the concern. You don't want to get the early fouls here. They were pretty good in the opening quarter. Allie Bauman into the game for Keller. There's the inbounds pass to Jackson. Back out to Clark. Clark in the left corner for Anna Diotis. Dribbles into the lane all the way. Hooks it up, and it's blocked by Christensen. Taken by Clark. Dribbles, banks, and scores. Cariel Clark with her first 2 points of the game. Now 10-3. Griffith all the way has the shot blocked out of bounds by Samasco. Mustangs just got to keep this game at a moderate pace after playing a very good first quarter with a 9-point lead. There's the inbounds pass to Christensen. Right corner 3 is good by Maddie Griffith, and a foul. Holy mahungus. And the Mustangs lead by 10. 13-3. And the foul was committed by Jalen Jackson. The free throw by Griffith. And the lead is 11. Griffith in the game, the senior leader's got 9 points. Fort Morgan 14, Thomas Jefferson 3. We are 1 minute into the second quarter. Jazz right, 3-pointer, back rim, no good. And the ball is loose. It's taken by Jackson. And resetting is Thomas Jefferson. Hop step, misses. Clark gets the rebound in the lane. And then she lost the basketball. The Mustangs have it. It's still loose on the floor. Now it's a tie-up. And that'll stay with Thomas Jefferson. On the floor was Whitney Frasco, tied up by Clark, and Fort Morgan's playing tremendous defense tonight. I mean, this is really good defense by the Mustangs. Anna Diotis to lob it in at the top for Jackson. Jackson with a right-hander dribble. Outside right, Clark, 3 in the air, is short, and the ball is rebounded by Allie Christensen of Fort Morgan. Christensen on the outlet to Griffith. Across the timeline, dribbles to her right, 6:35 to go. Cross-court pass intercepted by Cariel Clark. Clark with 1 to beat, all the way, puts it up and in. Yeah, you can't make the mistakes. They're going to pay off eventually for Thomas Jefferson. The Mustang lead is down to 9, 14-5. Outside left, Christensen 3, and that's short. And the ball is tipped around. Samasco tried to save it in, and did the Jalen Jackson. Coming the other way now is Thomas Jefferson. Approaching the 6-minute and 8-second mark here of the opening half. Fort Morgan 14, Thomas Jefferson 5. Jazz rides on the high right. Back on the high left to Jackson. On the 3-point line. Now to Jackson. She'll put up a 3, and that's no good. Rebound Clark. She banks and scores again. They got to box her out. Clark has got 6 points and 7 rebounds. The Mustang lead is down to 7. 14-7. 5:44 to go before halftime. And there is a full timeout called by Mitch Elrick. We'll take it with him in the opening round of the 4A state tournament. 5:44 to go second quarter. It's Fort Morgan 14, Thomas Jefferson 7 on B106 and B106.com. All right, Thomas Jefferson gaining some momentum. They've gone on a 4-0 run. Lob down low for Griffith. Banks and, misses in and out. Great feed there by Allie Bauman. The rebound to Lauren Simasko, her second. Here comes Jalen Jackson into the front court. Swings it right side for Wright, and she traveled. Thomas Jefferson with their 9th turnover, equaling Fort Morgan's total. And Bauman to trigger it in, 5:20 to go in the second quarter. In this opening round 4A state tournament game, the Mustangs lead 14-7 in Denver. Bauman dribbles left of the lane all the way. She's fouled as she misses. Well, that's a strong, aggressive move by junior Allie Bauman. And she will step to the stripe. The TJ foul was committed by Bassiana Diotis. At least that was, yep, there you go. Now Bauman to attempt the free throw. And that's up and around and good. First Fort Morgan bucket of the game brought to you by Cargill Meat Solutions. They make sure there are jobs for the members of the communities they're involved in. Cargill Meat Solutions, and it was Maddie Griffith who scored the first 2 for Fort Morgan. Second free throw, Bauman is short, and the ball is rebounded by Cariel Clark. That's her 8th rebound. She's had a solid night here with 6 points and 8 rebounds. Jackson met by Griffith on the outside right, bounce pass. Back into the game here is Deja Robbins, the leading scorer on this team, who is still looking for her first points tonight. Near the top for Jackson. Dribbles to her right of the lane. Cross court, left corner. Robbins' shot is up, and that's around and no good. And the rebound into the hands of Maddie Griffith, and then she dribbled the ball on the end line out of bounds. She thought she was fouled. So a rebound for Griffith, but also a turnover. That's the 10th for Fort Morgan, with a 15-7 lead. There's the lob down low. Simasko banks and misses off the inbounds pass. Clark with a rebound. They can't stop her. She banks it in right off the glass for Clark. 8 points and 9 rebounds. She's unstoppable, but the Mustangs do lead 15-9. At the top, Autumn Wheatley into the game with a basketball. Wheatley hands it off to Bauman. 4:30 to go, second quarter in Denver. Bauman on the outside left, crossover dribble, left of the lane. Left corner for Numera Longo. Back out to Frasco. Cross-court pass to Wheatley. Wheatley into the paint. Defender in the air. Bounce pass. Bauman, right baseline shot. Good. Allie Bauman from 8 feet away scores. She's got 3. The Mustangs back up by 8. 17-9 with 4:12 to go before the break. On the outside right with a basketball, Grace Leonard. In the right corner, back out to Robbins. Now to Leonard, high right. Leonard picked up by Griffith, spins, and then the ball's knocked out of bounds by Griffith, who's playing tremendous defense tonight. It'll be Thomas Jefferson basketball, 3/4 court. Leonard to throw it in. In the backcourt to Jalen Jackson, spinning on Griffith. Now to Leonard. Right wing 3 is short. Oh, but Allie Bauman was on the line. She could have just let it go out of bounds. I don't think that ball was deflected. It's all right. They've been playing good defense, and Jackson to trigger it in offensive end. There's the lob to Clark. Clark steps into the lane all the way, puts it up and in, and a Mustang foul. And to the line is Cariel Clark again. She's got 10 points all in the quarter. Fort Morgan foul was committed by Frasco. That's going to be her second. And Fort Morgan's lead is down to 6. And here's Kelsey Klaus in for Clementina Numera Longo. Now the free throw for Clark. It's had a huge quarter. That's back rim. No, Maddie Griffith tips the ball over to Allie Bauman. So Bauman credited with a rebound. Bauman into the front court. Bauman, jump pass to the outside left to Wheatley. Wheatley, left baseline for Bauman. Bauman tries to hook it up, but we have a 3-second violation on Kelsey Klaus. Fort Morgan with turnover number 11. And again, despite the mistakes, they're still in the lead. That's because they forced 9 turnovers for Thomas Jefferson. Leonard on the high right against Autumn Wheatley, going for the strip. Lobs it near the top for Clark. If they can double team her and stop her. Jackson gets a pick from Clark. Jackson into the lane. Jump pass to Robbins all the way off the glass and in. Deja Robbins averaging 20.5 points a game, scores for the first time. Fort Morgan's lead is down to 4, 17-13. Allie Bauman traveled. Right in front of the Thomas Jefferson bench. Turnover number 12 for Fort Morgan. They got to keep their composure here. Fort Morgan was up 10-1 after 1. Their biggest lead has been 11. Thomas Jefferson has not led in the game. With 3:08 to go in the second quarter. Jackson left corner for Simasko. Lobs it near the top for Robbins. There was contact, no whistle. Robbins is stripped by Griffith. Griffith on the floor, gets it to Wheatley. Now here comes Allie Bauman. Bauman with Jackson to beat. All the way, scoops it up, and she missed it. And the ball is out of bounds. That is off of Grace Leonard. Meanwhile, that was the 10th turnover for Thomas Jefferson. Fort Morgan basketball. Christensen to trigger it in with 2:53 to go before halftime. Got to get rid of it. There's the lob back out to Klaus. Klaus near the right corner to Bauman. Bauman double dribbled. She did. Yep. And it looks like Emma Wolf is going to come into the game. And Bauman will take a seat. She did struggle over the last two possessions. Did make a nice move earlier and did score 3 points in that second quarter. But Coach Elrick going to the bench. 2:39 to go before halftime. On the outside left is Leonard with a basketball. Dribbles left to the paint. There was contact. And that's a defensive foul. It's going to be a 1-and-1 situation. The foul's committed by Emma Wolf. And to the stripe will be Grace Leonard looking for her first points. Thomas Jefferson has struggled for the stripe. They are only 1 out of 8. As Leonard steps there to try to make it 2 out of 9. Front end of the 1-and-1. TJ's made a nice run after being down by 11. And the free throw is an air ball. It'll be Fort Morgan basketball. With backcourt pressure, Wolf throws it into Griffith. Thomas Jefferson, the 24th seed. Fort Morgan, the 41st seed. Maddie Griffith back out to Wheatley. Wheatley dribbles to her left, lost control of the basketball and gets it right back. Autumn Wheatley, bounce pass on the outside right to Wolf. Wolf behind the three-point line. Bounce pass straight away to Griffith. Griffith, crossover dribble right in the lane. Griffith wants to shoot, cannot. Into the lane to Wheatley. Defender in the air, goes up and she's fouled as she misses off the bottom of the rim. That's a strong move there by Autumn Wheatley. Autumn Wheatley to the line. The foul was committed. Over there by Grace Leonard, her first. Wheatley's free throw is up and around and no good. Fort Morgan at the line is only 3 out of 7, so they have not taken advantage of opportunities. Second free throw back rimmed, no good. And the rebound to Samasco, her third. We've got 2:05 to go second quarter, 17-13 Fort Morgan. They've gone a little bit cold here. Three-pointer left wing is well short. Missed over there by Leonard, but Jalen Jackson grabs the long rebound and a hop. Bounce pass, left corner, Samasco, straight away to Clark. Clark behind the three-point line. Clark with a basketball. Gets it back out to Jalen Jackson with 1:46 to go. Picks up the dribble. Now Samasco, long shot. And that's an air ball, but it's retrieved by Leonard in the corner. Leonard to Robbins, right baseline, back rim, no good. Maddie Griffith with a rebound for Fort Morgan, her fourth. Griffith out of traffic, dribbles into the front court, right of the lane. Back out to Klaus. Klaus over to Wheatley, had the wide open three, didn't take it. Then she was fouled at the free throw line, 17th foul, and Clark commits her first. Let's see if Wheatley can nail some free throws. I was actually off by one free throw. Mustangs are 3 out of 9 from the line. So neither team shooting well from the free throw line. Fort Morgan 3 out of 9. Thomas Jefferson 1 out of 9. Front end of the 1-and-1 for Autumn Wheatley. That one's up, and she missed it off to the left. Deja Robbins with a rebound. 1:23 to go second quarter. Robbins behind her back against Griffith. Crossover dribble back out to Jackson just beyond midcourt. On the outside right to Robbins. Right corner, here's Leonard. She takes the shot, and that's no good. Just inside the three-point line. Maddie Griffith with her 5th rebound. Griffith across midcourt. Griffith met by Jackson. Overhead pass to Klaus. Back out to Wolf. 1:04 to go second quarter. Wolf dribbles. Right baseline against Samasco. Picks up the dribble. Bounces over to Griffith. And then Griffith carried the ball. It was stuck on her hip. That is turnover number 14. Here is Whitney Frasco into the game. And she replaces Kelsey Klaus. And again, just looking for a way to score is Fort Morgan. Their defense has been tremendous. Robbins behind the three-point line. Long three is off the back of the rim. but the ball is chased down by Jackson into the lane. Jackson's going to put it up, and she missed it. And Robbins goes for the rebound, goes up, and she scores, and she's fouled. Oh, boy. Robbins to the line. The Fort Morgan lead is down to 2. Mustang foul was on Allie Christensen, her first. And now Deja Robbins to attempt the free throw for the three-point play. And that one's up and in. She's got 5 points all in the quarter. The Mustang lead was 14-3. Now it's 17-16. 34 seconds to go, second quarter. Maddie Griffith sets up the offense, gets a pick from Christensen, bounce pass to Christensen at the free throw line, puts up a 15-footer. It's off to the right. Deja Robbins grabs the rebound. This team from Denver can take the lead. Robbins right baseline. Was tied up beautifully. Possession arrow, Fort Morgan. Nice job by Griffith. Well, the Mustangs got to take the final shot here of the opening half. Allie Bauman into the game for Allie Christensen. Wolf in the backcourt to Griffith. Griffith, who handles the ball very well. Crossover dribble against Jalen Jackson. 10 seconds to go. Bounce pass near the top, poked away, loose in the backcourt. Allie Bauman has it. Allie Bauman is then tied up. Thomas Jefferson with a possession arrow. 15 turnovers against Fort Morgan. Thomas Jefferson does have 10. Just beyond midcourt, Jackson to throw it in. 5.5 seconds to go. Jackson looking on the high right to Clark. Clark against Wheatley. Lob down low for Robbins. Stripped away by Bauman. Intercepted by Wheatley. Here's Griffith, but then the time runs out. Nice defense by Fort Morgan forcing Thomas Jefferson's 11 turnover. We have played 16 minutes of basketball in the opening round of the 4A state tournament. Fort Morgan 17. Thomas Jefferson 16 on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. All right, let's head to the third quarter in this opening round 4A state tournament game. Anybody's game so far. Fort Morgan led by 11. They now lead by 1, 17-16. And for this team from Denver, Thomas Jefferson, a little bit different than what they started off with. Cario Clark, Deja Robbins, along with Rossi Anadiotis, Lauren Simasco. And who's the fifth member out there? Oh, and Jalen Jackson. Here's Keller into the lane with the basketball. The ball was stripped. It's loose. It's picked up by Clark. Mustangs with their 16th turnover. It's Keller, Griffith, Christensen, Klaus, and Frasco for Fort Morgan. On the outside left of the basketball. Here is Anadiotis, right side to Jackson. Jackson behind the three-point line against Griffith. Right corner for Clark, guarded by Klaus. Back out to Jackson, straight away. Here's the three by Robbins, and it's off the back of the rim. And the ball is rebounded by Clark, but stripped away by Griffith out of bounds. Thomas Jefferson retains possession. Clark already with 10 rebounds in the game. And Robbins to throw it in. Robbins lobs out to Clark. Clark on the right side to Robbins, fakes the three in the right corner. Jackson takes the three, and that's off the back of the rim. And the ball is rebounded by Maddie Griffith on one hop. Griffith crosses the timeline, picks up the dribble, back out to Keller. She traveled. Turnover number 17 for Fort Morgan. And again, that's what separates the Mustangs from being a better basketball team. They've struggled with this all year, but because of their defense tonight, they're right in this game. They've got the lead. Anadiotis back out to Jackson. On the left wing to Robbins, guarded by Keller. Right side to Jackson. Dribbles, shoots, 15-footer, back rimmed it, no. Rebound put back is up and in by Simasco. Thomas Jefferson has the lead for the first time in the game. 18-17. Maddie Griffith on the high right, picks up the dribble. Bounce pass, free throw line. Intercepted, intended for Klaus. Oh, but a defensive foul. A foul on Robbins. That's going to be her third. Yeah, she reached. And let's see if she might have to take a seat on the bench with that third foul. Maddie Griffith to throw it in. Well, the Mustangs down by a point. Griffith looking, still looking. Left baseline to Klaus, takes a dribble, has to back it out, does in the corner. Here's Frasco penetrating, bounce pass to Klaus. Left of the lane, now to Griffith, right of the lane, all the way, off the glass. She missed it. And the rebound controlled by Clark, but it looked like she walked before she was tied up. But they might call a Mustang foul, and they do on Griffith. That's her second. And here comes Thomas Jefferson the other way. Jalen Jackson on the high right against Griffith in the right corner towards Samasco. Ball knocked away. It's intercepted by Kelsey Klaus. Turnover number 12. Maddie Griffith across the timeline. On the outside right to Keller. Fakes a three. Dribbles right baseline. Double team. Defender in the air. Puts it up. Partially blocked. Into the hands of Deja Robbins. Robbins to Jackson. Banks and misses. Rebound to Robbins. Back out Samasco. 15-footer. That's no good. And the ball is tipped out of bounds off of Jalen Jackson. Fort Morgan basketball. Again, the Mustang defense keeping them in the game. We have 5:53 to go, third quarter. Thomas Jefferson 18, Fort Morgan 17. Across the timeline is Maddie Griffith against Jackson. Dribbles to her right, gets a pick all the way, lays it up, and too strong. Oh, she had a wide open layup. Clark pulls down her 12th rebound. There's the outlet to Jackson. Jalen Jackson into the front court. Bedmike Griffith in the right corner, Samasco. Samasco against Frasco. Into the lane, Andiotis puts it up, and it's blocked on the right baseline by Allie Christensen. Taken away by Kelsey Klaus. Now here's Lauren Keller. Baseball pass, left wing. Christensen, three. No good. Back rimmed it. And the rebound is controlled there by Deja Robbins. Robbins right corner for Samasco. Cross-court pass. It hit the side of the backboard, and the ball is volleyballed around into the hands of Clark. And then we've got a timeout called. No, just a turnover. Looked like they were trying to call, I thought, a timeout, but on the end line was a TJ player, 13 turnover. Maddie Griffith for Fort Morgan. Griffith into the lane, nearly stripped, and then the ball was off her leg out of bounds. She was stripped and it went off her leg. Mustangs in this quarter with 3 turnovers and no points. They've got 18 turnovers in the game. Thomas Jefferson with 13. The lead is 1 for TJ. 4:47 to go, third quarter. Autumn Wheatley getting ready to check in. Jackson, right corner for Samasco. Samasco lobs it in the lane. Andiotis, little 10-footer, bricked it. Rebound to Clark. She banks, she misses. And the ball is loose. And Maddie Griffith has it for Fort Morgan. And then she traveled? Wow. Wow, that did not look like a travel. Looked like she was contacted. Wow, that's a tough call against Fort Morgan there. That looked like some contact, and Griffith is out of the game. Wheatley is in. Thomas Jefferson basketball. Robbins to throw it in. Neither team obviously shooting well in this game. Robbins on the outside left to Anna Diotis into the lane, and she puts it up back rim, no good. And the ball is rebounded by Robbins, puts it up, and she's fouled as she misses. Robbins now with 8 rebounds, and she'll go to the line. The foul was on. Looks like might have been Klaus with her second. Namera Longo about to check back in. Deja Robbins to attempt 2, and that free throw is good. She's got 6 points. Fort Morgan trails 19-17 with 4:29 to go in the third. AC Ice proudly supports high school sports. You can find AC Ice crystal clear ice at any local grocery or convenience store near you. Second free throw is around and no good. Namera Longo has the Mustang rebound. Looking for the outlet. And she finds Autumn Wheatley. Wheatley into the front court, left of the lane, into the lane. Bounce pass, left corner. Christensen, three-pointer. Yes! Allie Christensen gives the Mustangs the lead. It's 20-19, Fort Morgan. We got 4:07 to go in the third. Robbins on the outside left, back out to Jackson. Jackson high right, back out to Robbins. Long three, back rimmed it, no. And the rebound is controlled by Namera Longo, but she fell and she's called for a travel. Her and Keller miscommunicated, and they both grabbed the basketball. 20 turnovers for the Mustangs. And now to throw it in is Jackson. Right corner, Robbins, 3. That's an air ball. And Whitney Frasco has the basketball for Fort Morgan. Frasco to Christensen. Back out to Wheatley. Baseball pass down low off Namera Longo out of bounds. That was not a good decision there by Wheatley. And even Griffith standing up, slow it down, because she was well covered. Even if that was a perfect pass, it was going to be tough to catch. 6 turnovers in the quarter, but Fort Morgan on the scoreboard still getting away with it, leading by 1. On the high left, Robbins with a basketball. Lobs it cross course. Intercepted by Keller. She's fouled by Jalen Jackson. Keller with a nice steal. A limited number of fouls committed in this quarter. Both teams with 2 team fouls. Frasco to throw it in. Backcourt to Wheatley. Wheatley at the top against Jalen Jackson. Wheatley, crossover dribble, left of the lane, into the paint. Wants to shoot. Right wing Keller takes the wide open 3, and that hits the back of the rim. Rebound put back. Wheatley off the bottom of the backboard, and then Wheatley gets it back, but she cannot put it in. And here is Deja Robbins. Robbins, middle of the lane. Robbins all the way, off the glass and in with a layup. Deja Robbins scores. Timeout is called by, they're pointing towards Coach Elrick. Maybe not a timeout. Nonetheless, it's a 21-20 Thomas Jefferson lead with 3:12 to go in the third. Autumn Wheatley the other way for Fort Morgan, met by Jackson near the top. Autumn Wheatley picks up the dribble, gets rid of it to Christensen. Christensen left of the lane. Christensen left baseline, offensive foul. Deja Robbins took the contact. Allie Christensen commits her second. It's also a turnover, number 22 unofficially for the Mustangs. And we are under 3 minutes to go, third quarter, in this opening round 4A state tournament game from Denver. Thomas Jefferson by 1, left corner. Anna Diotis with the basketball, back out to Jackson. Jackson pressured by Keller. Lobs it, right corner for Clark. Dribbles right baseline all the way, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound to Clark, puts it up and in. All right, Clark's got 13 rebounds and 12 points. This is TJ's biggest lead of 3, 23-20. 2:35 to go, and there's a timeout. A full timeout, but we'll stay right here. With Fort Morgan down by 3. In this quarter, all they have is a 3-pointer from Christensen, and yet they're still in this game. Only down by 1 possession, with just over 2.5 minutes to go in the third. And that gives us a chance to tell you that engineering and consulting services, that is, for all of your projects. That's Western Engineering Consultants. Strong commitment to their clients' needs sets them apart. Get your project started the right way. Western Engineering Consultants and Mr. D's Ace Home Center, a proud supporter of all the area athletes. They'll serve you with all your home, farm, and ranch supplies with 3 locations, Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan. Thomas Jefferson 23, Fort Morgan 20. It'll be Mustang basketball. Keller, Wheatley, Frasco, Pelton into the game, and Christensen. Autumn Wheatley will call out play instructions, met by Jalen Jackson near the top. Dribbling right of the lane, back out to Keller. Keller dribbles, free throw line, into the paint, had the ball stripped from behind by Anna Diotis. She's on the floor, there's a tie-up. Possession arrow, Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, those are killers right there. Fort Morgan has committed more turnovers in the game than points they've actually tallied. But again, the defense has been great. They're only down 3. Here's Deja Robbins behind the 3-point line on the right side. Picks up the dribble. Cross court to Anna Diotis. Back out to Jackson. Jackson, defender in the air. Right corner, Samasco. She'll take the shot, and that's an air ball. Whitney Frasco picks it up for Fort Morgan. That's her 5th rebound. Frasco out of the pack to Keller. Keller, right-handed dribble, back to her left, into the front court. 1:55 to go, third quarter. Keller picks up the dribble, back out near the timeline to Wheatley. Wheatley dribbles left of the paint, free throw line, straight away to Frasco. She takes the 3, and the game is tied. Whitney Frasco delivers. Deadlocked at 23. With 1:38 to go, third quarter. Jackson in the left corner, Anna Diotis picked up by Frasco. Baseball pass, cross court to Robbins, long 3, and she banks and misses. Rebound, Samasco puts it up and she misses, but she's fouled. Mustangs right there for the rebound, but couldn't grab it. And instead, Autumn Wheatley commits her first and 2 for Samasco. She's got 3 points in the game. And the free throw is in. Thomas Jefferson up by a point. Fort Morgan has not taken a free throw in the quarter. Keller is out. Maddie Griffith back in. Pelton is out of the game. And Wolf is in for the Mustangs. Second free throw for Simasco. And that one is back rimmed, and the rebound chased along the right baseline by Maddie Griffith. That's her 8th rebound. Griffith met by Anna Diotis into the front court. Griffith with 1:17 to go. Straight away to Christensen, picks up the dribble on the left side to Griffith. Griffith behind the three-point line, bounce pass near midcourt to Wheatley. Wheatley left of the lane, now to Christensen, fakes the three, steps into the paint, leans, shoots, partially blocked by Clark. There's the foul. Wow. I'm not sure there was contact, but Christensen will take it. She'll step to the line, and Clark commits her second. Christensen can tie the game with a made free throw. Just past the top of the hour, this is Morgan County's B106 KPRB, Rush Fort Morgan. And the first free throw is no good. It's short. Second free throw by the junior. She can tie it here, and she does. The game is tied at 24. 1 minute to go in the third. Jalen Jackson for Thomas Jefferson picks up the dribble on the high left, swings it cross court to Robbins behind the three-point line. Here is Jackson. Jackson lobs it right corner. Anna Diotis back to Robbins. Long three, and that's no good. Short rebound to Whitney Frasco. That's her 6th rebound. There's the outlet to Wolf. We have 38 seconds to go in the third. On the outlet to Griffith. Griffith crossing the timeline. Griffith with 33 looks over at the bench. On the right side, chest pass to Wolf. Wolf left-handed dribble, crosses over to her right. Down to 27 to go. Here's Wheatley, right baseline. Wheatley pulls up. Oh, and then Wheatley had it stripped by Jalen Jackson. The turnover gives the ball to Thomas Jefferson. Jackson across the timeline. 16 seconds to go to Robbins straight away. Now to Jackson. Jackson to Robbins. Robbins to Jackson, right side, looking for the final shot. Lobs at Simasco, right corner. Anna Diotis three. There's an air ball. Clark has it underneath the basket, dribbles, and she double dribbled. 4 turnovers in the quarter for TJ, 15 in the game, so Clark does grab her 14th rebound, but commits the turnover, 4.6 seconds to go. Wheatley, inbounds pass to Christensen. Christensen will put it up from about 40, and she goes down to the floor. It's off the top of the backboard, and that's the end of the third quarter. With the score in this opening round 4A state tournament game, it's Fort Morgan 24, Thomas Jefferson 24. It's a 1-minute break, back in 1 minute on B106 and B106.com. Whichever team scores more points in the final 8 minutes will advance to the second round of the 4A state tournament, tied at 24 as we go to the fourth. I'm John Beltran here at Thomas Jefferson High School in Denver. Griffith on the outside right to Wheatley. Wheatley dribbles right baseline against Simasco. Cross-court bounce pass. Christensen, left corner three, is back rimmed. And the rebound is into the hands of Deja Robbins. That's her 10th. It's Robbins, Jackson, Anna Diotis, Simasco, and Clark for Thomas Jefferson. Griffith, Christensen, Wheatley, Bauman, and Frasco for Fort Morgan. Right wing, Jackson three is no good, off to the left. Allie Bauman grabs the rebound for the Mustangs, her second. There's the outlet to Griffith. Oh boy, she had Wheatley open, missed her. Griffith dribbles right baseline, and there's going to be a defensive foul, I should say. Yeah, Frasco set a pick, but it was a legal screen. Anna Diotis tried to run through it, so the foul's on her. Yeah, I don't think TJ liked that at all, but that's her second foul. Both teams have committed 4 fouls in the half. Frasco to throw it in. This could be the first of 35 points. Frasco lobs it near the top to Christensen. Christensen outside right to Griffith. Griffith right of the lane to Frasco. Straight away to Christensen. She'll take the three. Yes! Allie Christensen hits the triple. Her third of the game. She's got 12 points. Fort Morgan leads by 3. 7:05 to go in the game, 27-24, looking for the upset. Clark in the corner with a basketball, back out to Jackson, cross court to Robbins, left wing three is off the back of the rim. Christensen goes high for the rebound, tried to save it in, could not. It'll stay with, oh no, they're going to say it's off Clark anyway. Yeah, when Allie tried to save it in, she was already out of bounds, as was the ball. So it's off of Clark. Fort Morgan looking to extend a 3-point lead. Maddie Griffith across the timeline for the Mustangs. Back out to Bauman, left corner. Here's Wheatley dribbling left of the lane, all the way, pulls up. She misses. Oh, she had an easy shot. It's pulled away there by Deja Robbins, 11th rebound. Robbins all the way. She slams into a defender, no whistle. She misses, and the rebound to Allie Bauman, fouled in the backcourt by Robbins. Robbins with 4 fouls now. Well, you know what? The Mustangs have a realistic shot of pulling off a major upset here. Here comes Maddie Griffith with 6.5 to go in the game. Fort Morgan 27, Thomas Jefferson 24. On the outside left, Wheatley with the basketball. Wheatley dribbles at the free throw line. Picks up her dribble, bounce past it. Griffith all the way, lays it up and in! Holy mahungus! Fort Morgan leads by 5. 29-24. 6:09 to go in the game from Denver. And there's a timeout by Thomas Jefferson. We'll take it with him. 6:08 to go in Denver. Fort Morgan 29, Thomas Jefferson 24. We're back in 1 minute on B106 and B106.com. Deja Robbins with the basketball in the right corner for Clark. Mustangs lead 29-24, under 6 minutes to go in the game in the opening round of the 4A state tournament. Right wing, Robbins' three is up and good. That's a big triple there for Deja Robbins, and the lead is down to 2. Robbins has 11 points in the game. Allie Bauman the other way for Fort Morgan. Over to Griffith. Griffith, free throw line. Griffiths. She committed the offensive foul. Is that what they're going to call? Maddie Griffith apparently pushed off. That's only the first turnover for the Mustangs in the quarter. But unofficially, they're 25th of the game. Maddie Griffith commits her 3rd foul. Thomas Jefferson can tie it or take the lead on this possession. Clark on the high left against Frasco. Back out to Jackson. Jackson against Griffith. Dribbles at the top. Into the right corner to Samasco, and the ball's out of bounds. Bad pass. 16 turnovers for TJ. Fort Morgan 29, Thomas Jefferson 27. And the Spartans will apply the pressure in the backcourt. Wheatley to throw it in. Gets rid of it on the bounce to Bauman. Bauman commits the offense. Is that they're going to call that on Bauman? Yeah, she put that's. Yep. It's an offensive foul. Apparently she either pushed off or barreled a shoulder in there. Now the basketball belongs to TJ. Deja Robbins in the high right corner for Anna Diotis. Baseball pass straight away to Jackson. 5:12 to go in the game. In the left corner, Samasco. Cross-court pass to Anna Diotis. Right of the lane, back out 3 by Robbins. Is off the back of the rim. Whitney Frasco grabs another rebound. That's her 7th. Nearly lost control of the basketball. Picked up by Bauman. Bauman into the front court. Now to Wheatley. Wheatley in the left corner with the basketball. On the outside right to Frasco. Straight away. Wide open. Griffith. 3 is off the backboard. It hit nothing but backboard. Deja Robbins with her 12th rebound again. Thomas Jefferson looking for the lead with a 3-pointer. Well, that looked like a travel right corner. Anna Diotis' shot is up and around and no good. Rebound to Clark. She goes back up and in. Clark has got 15 rebounds and 14 points. The game is tied at 29. 4.5 to go in the game. Maddie Griffith in the right corner to Frasco. Inside to Bauman. Lays it up and in. Oh, a give and go. Allie scores. Bauman's got 5 points in the game. The Mustangs lead by 2. 31-29, 4:17 to go in the game. Clark in the right corner, guarded by Christensen. Back out to Jackson. Jackson, cross-court to Samasco in the left corner. Down low to Anna Diotis, all the way, scoops it up off the glass and in to the left of the basket. I believe that's her first points of the game. We're tied at 31. Bauman for Fort Morgan. Bauman on the high right, under 4 minutes to go. Over to Allie Christensen. Christensen against Clark, back to Bauman, hands it off to Maddie Griffith. Maddie Griffith with the basketball, gets a pick, dribbles to her right. Maddie Griffith then had the ball stripped out of bounds by Anna Diotis. I think Thomas Jefferson fans thought that went off at Maddie Griffith, but Fort Morgan retains possession. Bauman to throw it in, near midcourt to Griffith. We're down to 3:44 to go in the game. Fort Morgan 31, Thomas Jefferson 31. Bounce pass on the high right to Bauman. Lob down low to Marilongo, puts it up. She missed it. Marilongo grabs the rebound. Then she lost the ball. Then she gets it back. She dribbles, goes back up, and that one's partially blocked. The ball is loose, and it's taken away by Robbins. Robbins with Bauman to beat all the way, puts it up and in. And now the lead belongs to Thomas Jefferson. Bauman the other way for Fort Morgan. Bauman and a timeout called by Mitch Elrick. 30-second timeout. 3:19 to go in the fourth. Thomas Jefferson with a 33-31 lead. It will be Fort Morgan basketball. Thomas Jefferson has not had many leads in this game, but they have a 2-point lead right now. Their biggest advantage is 3. It was 23-20 at one point. It's been a hard-fought game. The offenses have struggled, but the defenses have had to do what they've done. And Fort Morgan will have the ball down by 2 with 3:19 to go in this opening round 4A state tournament game. The winner to play on Friday night at Mesa Ridge High School in Colorado Springs. Allie Christensen has had some big threes in this game. She has 12 points. She's out there with Griffith, Numero Longo, Wheatley, and the inbounds passer Bauman. Bauman over to Griffith on the left wing. Her 3 is up, and that's short. Rebound to Wheatley, and Wheatley traveled. She did travel. Yep. She grabbed the rebound, but then shuffled her feet. 27 turnovers. Bauman is now out. And into the game is Lauren Keller. Well, this is down to the final 3:05. Right corner, Anna Diotis, wide open 3 is short. And Clark gets the rebound over to Mero Longo, no whistle, and then she's fouled by Keller. And that'll be the 17th foul, 1-and-1 situation. Yeah, Clark is so tall. She's not sure how tall she is, but easily over 6 feet, and she's got a double tonight with 14 points and 16 rebounds. Keller commits her 3rd, 1-and-1. Clark's free throws, a line drive that's in and out, and the rebound in the corner, chased down by Allie Christensen, her 2nd. Christensen with 2:54 to go. Her pass is tipped away, intercepted by Clark. And then Numero Longo tried to save it in, but could not. Oh. Turnovers. 28 for Fort Morgan. But they have a shot to win this game and pull off the upset. But they need some points. They don't need many. They're only down by 2 with 2:43 to go. Hand off to Anna Diotis. They're going to spread it out and take time off the clock. Robbins back out to Anna Diotis just across the timeline. Anna Diotis is fouled by Wheatley. 18th foul, 1-and-1. Anna Diotis 0 out of 2 from the line. Wheatley with her 2nd foul. She can give Thomas Jefferson a 3-point lead with a made free throw.
Hey, box out!
She bends, she shoots, and she scores. Free throw is in. 2nd free throw upcoming for Vasi Anadiotis. That one's up, and the lead is 4. Now Fort Morgan's got to score in this possession with 2.5 to go. Numero Longo's pass tipped out of bounds by Anadiotis. Fort Morgan retains possession. Mustangs had 10 points in the opening quarter, 7 in the second, 7 in the third, 7 here in the fourth. Only one double-digit quarter. Keller will throw it in this time, but she cannot run the baseline because that's not after a made shot. I guess they're looking for the basketball. Keller to throw it in. Into Griffith in the backcourt. Griffith crosses over into the front court. Bodied up, no whistle. They got to call that. Jump pass to Keller. Keller right baseline, picks up the dribble, straight away to Wheatley. Fakes a 3. Wheatley to Keller in the right corner. To her left, pulls up. 10-footer is no good. And the ball is loose. It's still loose. Samasco has it. And is there a foul or she's tied up? There's a tie-up. And now they're going to call it on Keller. Oh, boy. Lauren Keller commits her 4th. 19th foul again. 1-and-1 here for Samasco. 35-31. The Mustangs had a 31-29 lead. It's a 6-0 run for Thomas Jefferson. And the free throw is up, and that one is off the back of the rim. And the ball is loose. It's off of Robbins. Fort Morgan basketball. They've been given opportunities here. Can they convert? Christensen. Allie Christensen back to Keller. Keller against Jackson. Left-handed dribble. Crosses the timeline. Keller spinning at the top with 2:05 to go. On the right side to Griffith. Right corner for Christensen. Dribbles to her left behind the three-point line. maintains the dribble. Bounce pass to Griffith. Griffith straight away with the basketball. Crosses over. Hands it off to Christensen. Ball deflected. Christensen has it. Christensen double dribbled. 29 turnovers unofficially against Fort Morgan. Anna Diotis to throw it in front of the Fort Morgan bench. Gets it into Jackson. You know they're not going to shoot. Jackson dribbles right baseline. Cross-court jump pass to Samasco. She misses the shot, and Keller grabs the rebound. They did shoot. She missed an easy shot. Keller outlet to Wheatley. Now here's Griffith. Griffith overhead pass to Nomera Longo. Off her hands, out of bounds. Oh, that was a perfect pass, and she dropped it, and it went through her hands. Turnover number 30. 5 to go. That would have been a layup. Anna Diotis in the backcourt to Jackson. Don't have to foul in the backcourt. Jackson crosses midcourt. Now you got a foul or come up with a steal. Jackson with a left-handed dribble against Nomera Longo. Straight away to Anna Diotis. Anna Diotis to her right. Picks up the dribble. Christensen right there. Lobs it near the top to Samasco with a left-handed dribble. A minute 15 to go. Pass to Jackson. Somebody's going to have to make contact. Coach Elrick is calling for the foul. Nobody's done it yet. Jackson straight away, and then Keller commits the foul. The problem there is that she's out of the game. Keller had 2 fouls when she came in, committed 3 quick fouls, and she's disqualified with 5 fouls, and Wolf is going to check in. Lauren Keller did not score tonight. Oh, no, they've got 4 fouls. Excuse me. I thought it was 5. Check that. That's my bad. The free throw by Anna Diotis is good. Wolf is in for Nomera Longo, so actually that was not a bad foul there by Lauren. She still had a foul to give. Anna Diotis has nailed 3 free throws in a row. The lead is 5 for Thomas Jefferson. Second free throw is in and out, and the rebound into the hands of Allie Christensen. Now you have to score on this possession. Christensen to Griffith. Griffith has Wolf wide open, and a timeout. We'll take it with him. A 1-minute break. Thomas Jefferson leads by 5 with a minute 1 to go on B106 and B106.com. Lauren Keller to throw it in for the Mustangs, down by 5, a minute 1 to go in the game in this opening round 4A state tournament. 3/4 court, gets it into Griffith. Griffith left the lane. Griffith's going to have to back it out. She forced up a shot, air ball. Keller has it. She goes up and scores off the glass. Lauren Keller. That's a big basket for Keller. Now the Mustangs need some defense. Jackson running the baseline. In the backcourt to Robbins. Robbins along the left baseline, and she's fouled. 45.5 seconds to go. Fort Morgan's down by 3. Maddie Griffith commits her 4, so her and Keller both have 4 fouls. 2 free throws here for Deja Robbins. She can extend it to a 2-possession lead. And the free throw is good. 14 points for Robbins to go along with 13 rebounds. Double-doubles for Robbins and Clark. Second free throw for the senior, and that one is good as well. The lead's back up to 5. Mustangs need a bucket again. 41 seconds to go. Griffith on the high right with the basketball. Right corner for Keller. Keller dribbles right baseline. Keller all the way. Puts it up partially blocked by Jackson. Paul picked up by Wolf. Wolf in the corner. Bounce pass to Christensen. Christensen into the lane. Christensen backs it up and is fouled by Clark as she missed on the fadeaway. Allie to shoot 2. Clark commits her 3rd. 26.9 seconds to go. Quite a finish here in Denver. Allie Christensen has 12 points tonight. Free throw is perfect. Mustangs trail by 4, 38-34. Pelton is in for Wolf. Still with a shot is Fort Morgan in this game. Mitch Elrick having Keller and Pelton switch places. Pelton will now occupy that second spot on the lane on the left side. Christensen with a free throw. Off to the right. Ball rebounded by Clark. They got a fouler. That's 17 rebounds for her. Now Anna Diotis is fouled. A 4-point lead for Thomas Jefferson with 20.8 seconds to go. The big shot in this game was the Robbins 3 off the timeout. Fort Morgan was up by 5, 29-24. She hit a 3, and that got TJ going. The foul was committed by Wheatley, her 3rd. And that free throw is short. Well, you got a shot here. Even if she makes this, Emma Wolf, a good 3-point shooter, is in for Pelton. They need some outside shooting. Can make this up on one possession, down by 4. Second free throw coming up. And that one's up, and that one is in. Rattles in. Backcourt pass to Christensen. 16 seconds to go. Now to Keller. Keller left baseline all the way off the glass and in. Keller scores again. Fort Morgan's down by 3. 10 seconds to go. Jackson running the baseline into Anadiotis. They got a fouler, and Wolf does. Boy. Now we're down to 7 seconds to go. One free throw pretty much seals the game for Thomas Jefferson. Double bonus here for Anadiotis. She's taken 6 free throws in the quarter and made 4. Either way, Fort Morgan's put together a valiant effort in this game. Down by only 3. The free throw, and that's going to clinch it right there. It's a 4-point lead. Thomas Jefferson would have to foul a 3-point shooter who makes it here for Morgan, so you don't want to defend that. Second free throw is in and out, and the ball is tipped up. Christensen has it with 5, with 4, over to Griffith. Griffith is going to put up a shot inside the 3-point line. She banks it in, but that's going to be too little, too late. Oh, what an effort by the Mustangs. They lose tonight in the opening round of the 4A state tournament to Thomas Jefferson, 40-38. It's a 2-minute break. We're back in 2 minutes, and we'll wrap it up after this on B106 and B106.com. All right, Sean Beltran back with you. Lost the connection there for a second. Mustang Post-Game Show is brought to you by Morgan Community College in Fort Morgan, there to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. A tough one tonight for the Mustangs. They were leading by 11 points at one point. They lose 40-38 to Thomas Jefferson in the opening round of the 4A state tournament. They led 10-1 after one, 17-16 at the break, tied at 24 in the third. They scored the first 5 points of that quarter, of the fourth quarter, and then Deja Robbins hit a big 3, and TJ was then ahead to stay, but Fort Morgan kept battling and lost by only 2, being outscored 16-14 in the fourth. 13 points apiece for Allie Christensen and Maddie Griffith. 5 in the game for Allie Bauman. Lauren Keller with 4. Whitney Frasco with 3. For Thomas Jefferson, 15 points for Deja Robbins, 14 for Cario Clark. Rossi Anadiotis had 7 points on the fourth quarter, 4 for Lauren Simasco. So both teams had, 4 in the scoring column for TJ, 5 for Fort Morgan, 34 rebounds for the Mustangs. They had 8 from Griffith and 39 rebounds for Thomas Jefferson, 17 of those by Clark. 30 turnovers for the Mustangs, unofficially 16 by Thomas Jefferson. Mustangs at the line were only 5 out of 14. Thomas Jefferson 11 out of 25, 44%. And what a game this was. The Mustangs end their season at 6-18, but they played valiantly here in their final game of the 2018-2019 campaign. Thomas Jefferson at 13-11 will play on Friday night against the 9th seed Mesa Ridge in Colorado Springs. Mustang Player of the Game brought to you by Transwest. They believe that customers are number one. Check out their selection online or just stop by one of their dealerships in Fort Morgan or Sterling today. Now, in the regular season finale on Friday night, we gave it to all the seniors. So tonight, we will give it to Maddie Griffith. 13 points and 8 rebounds. She was the senior tonight. Allie Christensen had an excellent game. Maddie Griffith nearly with a double-double. Our Mustang Player of the Game brought to you by Transwest. Outstanding job by our sound engineer, Herrick Curtis. Alicia also stepped in to help out Herrick. Appreciate all that help. Final game of the regular season as the Mustangs fall tonight. We'll be back with you on, I believe it's March the 12th for the opening game of the baseball season, where the Mustangs take on the Brush Bee Diggers. Final score tonight in Denver in the opening round of the 4A state tournament. Thomas Jefferson 40, Fort Morgan 38, right here on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com.